Hello, my name is Srta Nicola, and I'm a Spanish teacher and Heritage Club Coordinator at De La Salle North Catholic High School in Portland, Oregon. De La Salle is one of the most diverse high schools in all of Portland, and it's here that I'm able to teach to my passion, which is social justice. To me, teaching is all about the giving and receiving of knowledge and love, and I'd like to show you how I put that into practice here at De La Salle. By the end of the class, we should be able to entender, understand, capítulo 1 de Felipe Aloe. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to do a little activity to get you set up for some of the vocab that we're going to see in that chapter. Okay, so, primero, háblame.
Of course, teaching is about transmitting knowledge of a given subject, but I am a firm believer that until I have knowledge of my students, until I know their stories, I will not be able to teach any Spanish. One way I get to know my students is through a technique called circling with pictures. Students draw a picture, it could be their favorite music, hangout, whatever, and I talk to them about it in Spanish, making sure to repeat the target vocab.
Entonces, antes tu vida eras, everybody look what eras, okay? Antes eras feliz, que es un artículo oficial que ha publicado el gobierno mexicano que es su respuesta al tema de racismo en México.
My heritage Spanish learners are, for all intents and purposes, fluent Spanish speakers with varying degrees of proficiency in reading, writing, and speaking. For this lesson, which is the lesson I'm including with my application, I'm asking them to read and analyze a document published by the National Council to Prevent Discrimination in Mexico. The document is long, so I'm having them jigsaw the text so that they can share the work. It also contains a lot of official language, so I wrote some margin notes ahead of time so that all students could access the content. I've found that group work calls for clear roles, so I make sure to write and say aloud what those roles are. In this case, I let students decide within their groups who performs which role. Giving choices is a love and logic strategy that I picked up my first year teaching that has helped me enormously.
Okay, so the question is, what have you learned through the Afro-Latinos unit, and why do you think it's important?
Well, for me, the part about learning fandango, the music, that they brought to Mexico, realizing that it actually did have an influence on the music that we listen to now. It's interesting, knowing that the country of our ancestors, they were actually, we had no Obama back then, and just knowing where we come from, where our parents came from.
Students at De La Salle take great pride in their heritage. I became involved with the heritage effort because I wanted to see if I could help the students in taking their celebrations to a deeper level than just food, fabric, and cultures. I want students to know about their own heritage, and I want them to have tools to reduce inequities. Also, they need to know each other's heritage, because without that knowledge, true cross-cultural connection does not happen. As a teacher, it is important for me to know my students, and it is also important for them to know each other.
I have you as writing the introduction, so thank you all for coming. This is our theme this year, being an ally. Sometimes just being an ally means showing up. First of all, I think everybody's, we're all doing a really good job. We're all trying our best to get things done, and I really appreciate that. The snow put a little kind of wrinkle in our stuff, but even me, I'm learning through this process about how I need to set you guys up so that you can communicate better and stuff like that. Because I didn't know what was going on with CJ and Harumi in the video, and I want to help you out so that it's not just you running around trying to get people to do stuff. What I want you to do though is I want you to, when you're up there, give us a big smile. Show us your big, there you go, and your energy is you want to think about extending yourself through the whole.
As much as possible, I try to connect my students with people in the community and vice versa. When I had the opportunity to teach an equity and social justice course at George Fox University, I brought the MAT students to De La Salle so that my students could give a first-hand account of what they need in a teacher. I am also working with parents at De La Salle to create a unity celebration that will honor all heritages represented at our school.
You parents who have emailed me about the unity celebration.
Once you know someone, you can't unknow that person. Yet in order to truly know a person, you have to know their story. You have to know their heritage and their unique individual story and how it's all woven together. And when you do that, you begin to see that person with your heart. You begin to love, grow, change. And that's the type of power that changes the world. I'm so fortunate to have the opportunity to know and love my students at De La Salle. They've changed my life, and I'm a better person because of them.